do it.
You'll do the intro?
I will do. I already have it up. From Arrowhead to Orchard Park, this is Tables and Tailgates, your weekly Chiefs and Bills podcast, reaction, predictions, league surprises, and more, all served with the energy of a tailgate. Grab a drink, fire off the grill. Let's talk football. Welcome back, Tables and Tailgates fam. I think this is what, episode 17. We are in
I think it's 18.
the 18. Oh, we're past
Yeah,
wild
we
card
did the
now.
wild card.
We're
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
divisional.
we're in the division.
So we are
We
in the
made it.
divisional episode. It's right here, right now, raw and uncut. I didn't do a lot of. We didn't do any show notes for this, so this is going to be off the cuff. It's going to be
What?
too great. But before we get started, I just want to say we want to give a huge shout out to all you new subscribers, all of the OGs, followers, everybody that's been here with us from the start, and those who are getting here. We love you guys. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you for that. Best way to support the show, hit that follow button, smash that like button, subscribe, share it with your crew, and hit the follow button and do all that and hit that bell so you never miss when we go live or when we drop new content. New episodes drop every Wednesday when we do it. We've been busy. Things get busy. We try to drop them when we can. New episodes drop when we can drop them. I'm just going to say that for the rest of this year. Wherever you get your podcasts. Hey, teams are dropping. Teams are hurt. Buffalo's kind of hurt. I think we've got like 18 people on IR. It's not looking too great for the Bills team. I think there's 18 IR players from the start of the season. Buffalo's rolling into the mile high. And let's see what the Patriots are going to do, see what Seattle can do. There's some injuries, all that and more. And we're going to talk divisional predictions, all that and more on this episode of Tables and Tailgates.
Made it.
There it is.
Some wild games. I think we had 4 like all-time wild card games and 2 stinkers. So,
there was some good ones.
It was great.
There were.
Look, I would like to start with the Bills Jags real fast and get that over with.
Okay.
Because there's not much I want to discuss with it, but everybody's saying whoever wins the Bills Jags gonna represent the AFC in the 100%. Super Bowl, and I wanted to get your guys' opinions on this because I feel people are, and as a Bills fan, I felt like people are underestimating a lot of these rookie quarterbacks and that are still in, and what the AFC and the NFC can deliver still with the teams that are in.
Listen, I just want to go back to my prediction last week. I know that was the one prediction I got wrong. I thought the Jags were going to win that game. And I was wrong, obviously. But I will say this. Listen, the script kind of went exactly how I thought the Jags would think that they'd want the script to go. Does that make sense? They held Cook in line. He did not have a good day. And Trevor Lawrence had the ball in his hands with the opportunity to win the game. If you're a Jags fan and you go, hey, you're down, Trevor Lawrence has the ball to win the game. Do you take it, or would you rather it be the other way around where you're on defense and Josh Allen has the ball, but you have the lead? I think every Jags fan goes, yeah, I'll take the prince that was promised. I'll take Trevor Lawrence, who's having a great year. I'll put the ball in his hands with the opportunity to win the game. And Trevor Lawrence did what Trevor Lawrence does. Immediately threw an interception. So, I thought I called the game as well as I could, but hey, you can't win them all. And I agree. I mean, I think this is wide open for the Bills the rest of the way. We can kind of dive into that, but it was a hell of a game, back and forth, and Bills were the better team. Josh Allen was the better quarterback, that's for sure.
And look, remember we talked about that. Josh Allen, and I've said this plenty of times on the podcast. This is one thing I'll give Josh. Josh is phenomenal in the postseason. One of the best quarterbacks. Look, I get it. Patrick is like that. It is like TB, right? Tom Brady. When it comes to the rings, but Josh Allen is a different human when it comes to the playoffs. And I will say he's better. And here's why. Josh doesn't play Patrick They're not on the field at the same time. I will say this: if Josh and Patrick were on the field at the same time, Josh would kill Patrick. Kill him. It just size wise, right? What he can do,
What do
he
you mean,
would
like
kill him.
if they're doing
Like if
like
they're
an
doing an
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
drill?
drill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
like,
That's what I'm saying, right? Like
well,
if they
okay,
were
yeah,
both to play
sure.
on the field at the same time, Josh has more in his tank of what he can do than Patrick has those little funky plays, right? Granted,
Sure, and
if
if they're
Josh
playing
out like
tag, then Lamar Jackson wins.
right, yeah. So,
I mean, I don't
but
know.
if you
Yeah,
look at
you
it,
got it.
if you look at it in a sense, and everybody talks about this, and I've been watching so many uh uh not even just Nick writing them, but Football America, like all those guys talking about it, and SVP, all of them say
Hmm.
they're like Josh Allen is that guy. Josh Allen is the best quarterback overall when it comes to skill level and what he can do than any other football player that we've ever seen.
Have
Ever.
we ever seen? You know what? I
But
am at a weird
but
place,
the
and I want to.
problem
Yeah, go.
is
Yep.
but the problem is what Josh Allen does not have
Okay. Hmm.
is and I won't even say this is coaching. I will say the finish. There is something that happens
Mm.
that if you ever see, and I see this on the sidelines all the time. This is Josh. He'll look at the tablet, set it down. He's just in his own. Roll over to Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. We're down. Patrick looks very quickly what he needs to see on the tablet to fix on that last series, which is 5 to 10 photos of where he fucked up, maybe. Looks at him's like, oh yeah, I remember. Okay, okay. And he's over there like, guys, I need this. I need this. I need that. We got this. We got that. Hyping the fucking team, showing them what they're going to, talking to them about, hey, we're going to do this, but I really want this to happen. You in? And they're always in. And they always fucking win. They're in and they win. That's the difference, in my opinion, between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes is when it gets serious enough, Patrick locks in when it's not saying Josh doesn't. It's a difference. And it's almost like comparing an apple to an orange. Patrick and Josh are like an apple and an orange. Patrick's first ballot Hall of Famer already. Done. Period. End of story. The dude could never play another snap in the NFL. First ballot Hall of Famer. Josh Allen? No. In my
No,
opinion, no.
no. I think they probably will make him. Listen, I'm at a weird place, and Jimmy, if you want to jump in and give your take, because I could see that you're like,
Uh,
you know what? I'm at a weird crossroads where I'm almost like, I don't know if this is what you've done to me, but I'm ready to go. You know what? Yes, let's go Bills. You know why? Because this is what Patrick Mahomes needs. Yes. Dude, that's it. Josh Allen is the best quarterback of all time. Let's call it. Let's make him the face of the league. This is amazing. You know why? Because Patrick
No.
Mahomes will be in the
Quit
dark. No,
saying
no.
that.
Let's no.
No.
He's the best.
No.
He's the greatest. He's better than Tom Brady. He's better than Patrick Mahomes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's jump on the.
Find the mute button. I found the mute button.
No.
no.
You got to listen. I'm praising your quarterback, bro. You should be excited about this. Let's go, Bill. I hope they win the Super Bowl this year. You know why? Because then Josh Allen will be the face of the league. And you know what we haven't seen in a long time in Kansas City? We haven't seen Teddy Mahomes. We haven't seen him count how many rings he's got. We haven't seen him really get in many people's faces. And this is exactly what we need. We need Josh Allen to be the hero. He's the greatest. You can't do anything wrong. You see him run and knock people over, and he never complains or flops or any of that. Let's just make him the face of the league. This is exactly what Patrick Mahomes needs. I need people doubting him. I don't need to see him on any more fucking State Farm commercials. I just need him in the lab all summer, just thinking about how, oh, Josh Allen's gloating, oh, I'm the best of all time. Oh, I'm better than Patrick Mahomes. This is exactly what Patrick Mahomes needs. So if that means that the Bills finally get their Super Bowl and that Josh Allen is on every single fucking commercial, all throughout the season, then you know what? I'm here for it because what we need is a pissed off Patrick Mahomes.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. A healthy and pissed off Patrick Mahomes. Or just a pissed off Patrick Mahomes with a bum ankle, because that tends to lead us to great places too.
We need an ankle game.
Yeah.
So I really am torn. Like, you know, I think you mentioned that we should be concerned about these other quarterbacks that are in the AFC, but who? Who, Tom? We
Any of
watched the
them.
Texans. No, dude.
Name
Listen,
them.
you
Okay. Yes. No.
CJ
Okay.
Stroud looked
Okay. Yes.
ass.
Other
I
than
want to give you a stat really quick about CJ Stroud. He's the second quarterback in NFL history to fumble 5 times and throw an interception in the same game and still win. Bro, CJ Stroud had absolutely zero interest in winning that game against who the fuck did Texans play? The Steelers. He had no interest in winning that game at all. And I've never seen a defense literally drag their quarterback kicking and screaming to a victory, and a 30-point victory at all at that. I will say, before, like, if we don't talk about that game, I just got to say the Texans have the best defense I've seen since the 2015 Broncos. And that was a team that drug Peyton Manning's corpse to a Super Bowl and won. So the Texans defense is amazing.
When I messaged you about that, I didn't even watch the game. It was on right over here, and I didn't even watch it. I just seen that 1:30. I'm like, bro,
oh, you want to take
Texans
that
are
back?
it. Didn't even watch it. Didn't even care to watch it. I've got to a point where I'm in between a rock and hard place with the NFL. It's almost like college, how I gave up on college, and that it's kind of different to give up on college football than this. But where I say we need to look at other ones, Bo Nix, is he the best? No, but Drake May is fucking phenomenal. The dude gets things done. The Bears get shit done. Yeah, they're still rookies. They're still new in the playoffs, but look what those two men did in the playoffs when shit was on the line. That one started shit. Well, yeah, one started shit, but like, look at the Bears, how the fuck they finished. Look at how Drake May finished that game. I would be, as any fan, am I scared of the whole Patriots team? No, absolutely not. Definitely not. They're not him. The Bears, are they them? No, not really. I I seen the Packers give up the worst than I've ever seen. Like, that game should never have been that close. That coach should never have the ability to coach in the fucking NFL after what he gave up. 25 points in the
might
fucking
not be
fourth
coaching
quarter.
for the Packers.
25 points in the fourth quarter. Let's be real. You're done, my guy. Get out of here. You're not doing anything for this team. Obviously, and it's the same way. The reason I kept saying I was done with Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane with Buffalo is because when you have players that go in after a post game when they lose and say they wanted it more than us, I don't need you or the coach, one of you. Now I have to start to do my research, figure out, do you not fucking care because you got paid? And I hate to say it like this, but a lot of these guys are getting more money than they've ever made in their, like, these guys came from poverty, like most. I won't say them all. A lot of football players come from poverty situations, mom and dad situations. Like, that's kind of been the quote unquote what you see of football. And I don't agree with that. I think these are guys that are highly talented, have way more talent than 90% of the people that fucking walk this face of the earth. But when you get in there, I have to start looking at, okay, money change. Like, if you look at it on a principal level of business, the NFL is a business.
Yeah. What are
These
we
guys, like,
supposed?
money changes people. So are you getting paid all these millions of dollars? Now you really don't give a fuck. You're just going to do enough to stay on the team. I could see that with some of these guys, the way they act. You can still see the childish antics that they put on in there, and they're getting paid more than anyone else in the fucking world. Anyone. Start naming people. They make
Anybody who
enough.
plays for the Dodgers.
Yeah, anybody that does not play for the Dodgers. We're not talking billions here, but these guys are making millions upon millions of dollars. We have teachers that don't do that. We have firefighters that don't do that. Police officers that don't even make that
Right.
put
Right.
their lives more on the line than these football players. So that's what I'm saying at that side, right? Is then I have to look at coaching. Have you lost the locker room? I feel like the Packers, I feel like the coaching staff has lost the lock. You don't blow a 25-point lead if you just don't fucking care. A 25-point lead in the fourth quarter, then Buffalo's done that to teams. They're not
Yeah. I
tired.
mean,
If they're tired, it's because they're uncoached or not uncoached, undercoached. And that's why I'm getting pissed at the NFL, and I stopped watching after. Like, I'm gonna watch Buffalo tomorrow, and then the other games I really don't give a shit. I'm done with how the NFL is starting to look. It's starting to give me vibes of college, and let's start wrapping it into fucking baseball without the
wait a
money.
second. Wait.
People
No.
are more worried
Okay.
I
about
think you're
money than
saying
the
it
actual game.
backwards. I think
What
you're
what
saying it
are
No, I'm
what are we
backwards.
saying it.
So
talking
like,
about here? What? Yeah. Okay.
I'm
I'm trying to
saying it
figure
the
out what
right
this
way.
tan. You're up. You're done with the NFL because the team blew a big lead.
Okay. I'm looking. I have to look at it like I was saying. I have to start to research, like when the Packers blow a 25-point lead in the fourth quarter with like 6 minutes left,
Uh huh. Well, there was. I
or
mean. Okay.
if you look at, okay, and then Buffalo winning. Let's say at the beginning of the year against the Ravens, it was like 40-20, and Buffalo
Yeah.
comes back and wins.
Uh huh.
There has to be a point where a coach has to step in and make drastic changes in a game. That I granted, I've never been in football, but I don't give a shit who you are. If I'm if I'm at the biggest professional level that I could ever be, on that biggest stage you will ever sit at, and I go and blow a 25-point fucking lead and I have a job the next year or the next game, we got to have a fucking talk. 25 fucking points. You realize that's more than two possessions. That's 3 possessions in 6 minutes here, people, or more. Like that's more than 3 possessions.
It is 4. Yeah.
4 possessions in 6 minutes. Either your
Was it
team gave up
6?
because it was. I don't think it was
I don't
six.
know. I don't know.
Buffalo was. I think Buffalo was 6. But what I'm saying is, in the fourth quarter period, look at it like that. Look at the fourth quarter. You blow a 25-point lead they
Mm-hmm.
put up 25 points in the fourth quarter. Not a 25-point. They put up 25 points in the fourth quarter. There has to be a point where the coach has to stop and say, either I really lost this fucking game because my guys gave up, they're undercoached, underprepared, or like, what is it? That's been my question this year, is for Buffalo, is looking at the games we've won and the games we've lost. I'm like, is it coaching? Everybody wants Sean McDermott's head. They want, like, I was telling the wife right before, and I said, I hope Buffalo loses this game against the Jaguars. I was hoping going in that we did, because I was starting to feed on the bandwagon of, I want to see McDermott gone. Let's bring in John Harbaugh. Let's bring in the Harbaughs.
Well, so okay, I have a
But
lot of
what does that
thoughts
give
here
us?
because you've thrown a lot. You've thrown a lot here, and I have a lot of thoughts. Well, first off, like the game is 4 quarters. Like we've seen crazy comebacks like this. One of the
Yeah.
biggest comebacks of all time was the Bills, right? So I mean, that's why you play it. And for me, I put money on the Bears to come back and win because I thought, look, their defense just locked down the Patriots, or not Patriots, the Packers. And when you have a team that locks down a team for that long, they just start forcing stuff. They start causing errors. Players start getting fatigued. And that's kind of what we saw a little bit there. Yes, I think I don't think LaFleur is a great coach, and I've never really been sold on Jordan Love. Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns, but he's 24-46, barely over 50% completion percentage.
Yeah, so my thing was where's the breakdown? Is it exhaustion? Then it's undercoached, underprepared.
I mean, I think it's a bit of both, but I mean the game is 4 quarters for a
That's why,
reason.
yeah, that's why that's why I keep thinking, I'm like, God, when you blow these, and it's not just that game, any game that happens like that, right? And
I also think though, if
where
the
people
Bears
give up.
don't win, or not if the Bills don't win the Super Bowl this year, I think you guys should make a change with your head coach and general
And they're not
manager.
going
But
to now.
I
They
don't
fucking lost
know.
that. They lost that when we beat the Jags.
I don't know. I'm
In my
torn.
No,
opinion,
because I
and
feel
I
like you
want,
guys
dude,
make it to this point or farther every year,
yes,
and
and then we lose.
which realistically is
It's not
very
bad.
good. I mean, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
No, it
But
is.
the
Any
owners
team would
don't
take
want
that.
impressive. They want perfection. They want
Not the
rings.
Bills owner. He's great with it because we're better than the fucking hockey team that he owns. And he
Well,
just got to
that might be
build
true.
a $4 billion or $2 billion fucking stadium, in my
Okay,
opinion, right? No, but I agree with you, Jimmy. I agree with you 100%. We get to
I
this. It's impressive to get there, but it's like, why can't we get past that? That's the whole
Yeah.
premise of me talking about how the Packers gave up 25 points in the fourth quarter, or Buffalo can't get over the hump to beat the Chiefs, or
we
that's
don't throw
why I
at
was
them this
saying
year.
we need to look at these other quarterbacks, because it was phenomenal to see what the Bears did and what
Yeah,
the
no,
Patriots were able
let's
to do.
I want to talk about it because I actually think I really do. I know a lot of people jumped on this bandwagon. I think the Jags, and I said this in the last episode, were probably the toughest opponent the Bills were going to have. And I thought that was a
Yeah.
coin flip game, and it kind of came down to that, right? But who's left? C.J. Stroud, like I said, he played like absolute dog shit. I'm not sold on him. Okay, so then you've
Yeah.
got Drake May. I know Drake May had an MVP like year. You've disappeared on camera, Tom, so I don't know if that's on
Yeah.
purpose
I'm
or
going to
not.
grab a drink. I'm listening. I'm still here.
Okay. All
Sorry.
right.
I'm listening.
Who the Patriots had the softest schedule in the NFL by a
Yes, they
country
did.
mile. They
Yeah.
haven't really beat anyone that's impressive, and I'm not even sure. We'll get into predictions, obviously, toward the end of the episode. I'm not even sure they're going to beat the Texans, but also, again, like I said, C.J. Stroud looked like dog shit. Okay, so then you got Bo Nix. I am not a believer in the Denver Broncos. Remember Christmas, they came into Arrowhead and barely beat a team that was on their 3rd string quarterback. Ola
Yeah.
Duncan is awful, and they barely beat him. So
Yeah.
I don't think the Broncos are any good. I think they're the most fugazi first seed that we've seen in quite some time. I just don't think there's anyone on the AFC side that you can point to that's really scary. I will say that, again, the Texans defense is absolutely phenomenal. Petrie was all over the field. Will Anderson Jr. tore it up. I really like what I've seen out of the Texans, but you've got to have a competent. Are you peeing, bro?
Are you fucking
No.
peeing right now, dude? We
No.
can hear it, pussy.
I am
Oh
not
my-
peeing. I
Mute
told you
your
I'm going to get a
shit,
beer.
bro.
Oh my
God,
I'm
bro.
no, I'm
I'm
in the
listening.
garage.
Yeah. All right. Okay. What the fuck is happening?
Jesus, I went to the garage to get a beer, and you guys think I'm
Sure.
instantly peeing.
I don't know why you're
I
pissing
mean,
in
it
the
sounded
garage.
like you.
I'm not peeing in the garage. I went to get a
All right.
beer from the garage.
I really.
But no, I
we
agree
could
with
talk
you,
about,
Dave.
Yeah.
I think the Bills would be the most like complete overall team that I think. And then I think the Broncos have a decent defense, but really their decent defense is their linebacker and defensive end that fucking kill everybody. Well, and I'm not. They have some good. The Dart or not? That's Chargers.
Jackson
Oh, what
Dart's
is
with
that?
the
No, they have
Giants.
like a decent
Giants.
couple players on defense, but yeah, for them to come into Arrowhead and get all hyped up because they beat our team that
I
doesn't
think
give a
there's just
fuck
more
anymore.
luck, right? I think it's more luck that these teams
Yeah.
have. I don't know, like voodoo magic.
Yeah.
I don't really think you have to worry until you get to the Super Bowl, and then who knows from there. I think the Rams
Well,
are probably the
here's my
scariest
problem with
team.
the Bills.
Maybe the Seahawks.
We'll stick with the script on it. I mean, 25 minutes. I will say this with the Jags team because I know we started with that. Buffalo had two wide receivers go down with ACL tears during that game. And
Yeah,
I
that's
knew
rough.
playing the Jags was going to be the hardest because they are one of the
Oh, dude, they fucking
dirtiest legal teams to play. Like they are fucking dirty.
There
Like
is some
I
fucking
kept telling my
filthy
wife, like
hits, bro.
the way that they go after the knee, like that every shot is to everybody's knee. Like it's like the coach says, if you don't hit the knee, you're gonna be doing fucking down and backs for the next week and a half. But Buffalo lost two wide receivers to ACL tears. Tyrell Shavers, which finished the game, and then ended up getting looked at, and tore his ACL in the second quarter, came back and ended up finishing the game. And then Gabe Davis tore his ACL. Two wide receivers. Okay, now yes, granted, Buffalo, we have pulled up two players. McCole Hardman has come off the practice
Super
squad.
Bowl winning
He came
McCole
back.
Hardman.
The 3 Super Bowl championship, McCole Hardman. Fucking, I'm gonna hurt myself. Can I just say this and we'll move on with it? The McCole Hardman thing. So he played like what, a half a quarter with Buffalo. Dude, like fired up our special teams. Like phenomenal what our special teams is doing because of what he came in and threw life into that thing. I will give him that. Then he got hurt. Then he's out here saying, "Oh, I could beat speed at a race, or I could beat this guy, or like these other football players. You know, I'm quicker than you. I could beat you." And I wrote on behalf of Tables and Tailgates and said, "Bless you." I said, "It doesn't matter how fast you are. The best ability is availability, and you're not available. So fuck what you think you can do. You can be faster than anybody in the NFL. Does not mean shit. If you can't catch a ball and produce for the team and be available when the team needs you, you're not worth anything. You're worthless as an NFL player. Bless you." That's all I have to say about that. We'll move on. I hate it.
All right.
I think he can do good, but whatever.
So, I mean, but you got to, I mean, the
Bless
Bills
you.
came out with a win. That was the
Are
biggest
you
thing.
okay?
I
Tell your wife
you're
to
gonna be
figure it the fuck out.
Jimmy
like
said,
12
tell you to
sneezes.
figure it the fuck out. That's like 12 sneezes. She said, that was good. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're
What, honey?
good. Let's.
Huh? Oh, it's the. Oh,
my goodness.
let me tell you. Should I tell him off pod? Oh, you already know about the diff.
Oh, no, maybe he doesn't.
You may not know, but the diff is going around at her school. The C diff.
Oh.
Gave the cringe.
I'm not-
Anyways,
C. diff
I'll tell
is
you
some
about it.
nasty shit.
Yeah, it's going around.
All
All right.
All right.
Let's
keep
let's
going.
just
I'm
go
sorry about
around.
this.
Let's Let's just
Let's pull
just
it back
go-
because
Hey,
I screwed this whole podcast up. Let's pull it back.
bro, you went on a tangent. You went off the rails, bro. Ozzy
Well, you
Osbourne
should
would be proud.
You should have
Okay.
said. You should have said, "Tom, digress and shut up. We're moving on."
Yeah. You know,
I
no,
won't
you're
get
good.
mad,
I
I
gotta keep you
promise.
on track. Listen, I do. Okay, before I want to go around the NFL, but I know that you two have said to me so many times that NIL has ruined college football.
Yes.
But I just want to say that we would not be watching an Indiana versus Miami game if it wasn't for NIL. It would be
True.
fucking Alabama and somebody else. So
True.
I'm happy two new teams are getting a shot at it. Obviously, like Miami has had some history in being good. And by the way, if you guys are watching the pod and you think Miami has a shot, tell me, because I don't see any chance in hell Miami beats Indiana. I think Indiana's gonna
No.
fucking dog walk them. But okay, that's
I
all I
have
had
to
to say.
agree
That's
with
all
you
I-
on that. No, I have to agree with you on that. I think NIL makes it look a little sweeter when the fact that you don't have the same two fucking SEC teams or any like playing for a national championship every single year.
Yeah.
And let's not even get on fucking baseball after I seen that post started reading those things. That's fucking ridiculous. I
Oh
don't even
my
want to talk
gosh.
about that. That's stupid.
Okay,
I
so
love what
let's
Micah
get into.
Parsons wrote.
Okay, so you talked about it already. Packers, Bears. I think that was probably the game of the weekend. If anything, the second half. I mean, that was insane. What a
The
comeback.
fourth quarter.
I mean, my goodness, Caleb Williams. Some of the passes he made, only a handful of players in the world could make. I
Yeah.
mean, that fourth and 8 play,
Yeah, that
absolutely
was impressive.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really,
Absolutely.
really impressive. I really like what they have going, and I've been a big fan of Ben Johnson. I think he's great for that organization, that team. Listen, NFL is in sports in general about rivalries. I saw some people were upset with him saying "fuck the Packers" in the locker room afterward. Dude, that's just sports, man. You know what? He's relating to his fan base, and if it was the other
Yeah.
way around, it is what it is. It's fine. I don't have a problem with
I
it.
think where I got kind of the salty thing was the handshake, but allegedly it was reversed the last time they played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah, they
When
that's
don't
the
the
like each
case,
outcome
other.
was
then
when
fine.
the outcome was different, the other what's his name? The other coach did the same thing.
LaFleur.
Just brushed
LaFleur.
him off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brushed him off. Did like
Now,
a
if that's the
hey, and
case,
then just
then you
like
deserve
ran
it.
off. Yeah.
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 What I
They
didn't realize that, but a lot of people posted like, "Hey, hindsight's 2020. You do that, you get this." And I was
Yeah.
like, okay. Because at first when I seen it, I'm like, come on, dude. Like, just have a little respect for the man. But then everybody's saying, oh, he did this to him. It's only payback. I'm like, oh, it's deserved. See ya, big guy.
That's some funny, I think funny, petty shit. And sometimes
they
petty
say,
shit is hilarious.
Oh, I agree. I think it'll make the games next season that much
oh,
more
yeah,
fun.
it should be.
Rams Panthers. Listen, that game I think was a lot closer than a lot of us thought it was going to be. The
Yeah.
Panthers putting up 31 points. Now, are the Panthers better than we thought, or are the Rams worse than we thought? I can't
I think the
decide,
Rams
honestly.
I think the Rams are worse than we really thought.
Yeah.
But the
You think
Panthers,
so?
I don't know. Dang it! Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, because I did watch that game, I don't know. I don't know. I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I think they're both good, or both suck.
I
Can we
think
do
the
that?
thing that we are all excited about is how the 49ers Eagles game turned out. Sorry, I'm really
Yes.
thirsty. I don't know if you guys have tried this. Eagles Cheers. It's a little bit salty, but it's very good. It just does something for me. It's tasty. Eagles Cheers. I recommend you guys getting you some. So, sorry, I'm parched here a little bit.
Where did you get this?
Oh, I've had that a minute, man. I've had that for a while.
That
It sat up
was so
there on the
great.
shelf. I dusted it out for special occasions. And yeah, so
Oh,
hey,
that's good.
49ers, good for you guys. Tough break for
Yeah.
George Kittle, obviously with
Yeah.
the Achilles injury.
I like
You
that
lose
dude.
yeah, such a good guy, honestly. Great tight end. I think he's on the Rushmore of tight ends. That being said, this late in the season, man, it's hard for me to imagine he's gonna be available next season. We'll see. I don't know. I think one game that we all agreed on that wasn't going to be competitive and wasn't was the Patriots Chargers. Chargers got in the
No, I had
playoffs.
Chargers.
You did? Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you had
When-
the split wrong. I had the Chargers because I figured that Drake may. I didn't think they were going to be It's all, and it started out, I thought, hey, Chargers got a chance at this bad boy, and it didn't happen.
I just think we've seen time and time again that O-line is so important, and
Yeah.
you can get by kind of until you get to the playoffs, and then that deficiency shows up, and they just took so many injuries, and I've never really. Now, obviously, there's a chance that Justin Herbert turns things around, but he's just not been impressive in any of the playoff games
Mm-mm.
this season. He's 0-3 now in playoffs, so that's
He's
a
like
tough
a
break for the
Lamar.
Chargers, making it to the
Yeah.
playoffs, flying out to New England to put up 3 points. But it'd be like that. And
And
then the last game, Texans Steelers. I know we talked a little bit about this, but Texans defense is the truth, and Aaron
dude,
Rodgers' last throw is a touchdown to the other team. So that's a toughie. Tomlin's out. I think he's going to be an analyst, maybe, but who knows? What do
who
you guys
said
think?
that?
This last time.
Did you remember the Jason Travis Kelsey New Heights podcast?
Oh
Who
yeah, they
was it that
talked
was
to
on
Jameis
there?
Winston.
Yeah, he was like,
He said
my
his first
first ever was a
first
touchdown
to the other
to
team.
the other team.
I think it's to Cody Simpson. Yeah,
Look, my brother's a
phenomenal.
Steelers fan, but I hate the fucking Steelers because look, they're they've just been middle of the road. We'll get to the playoffs, but we just fizzle out. I feel like, and I've been, Dave, we've talked about it for 2 years
Yeah,
now that Tomlin needs to step down, get away. Like somebody needs to change something. But
yeah.
until either he says it or he doesn't make the playoffs, the Steelers don't give a fuck. They're about them. When you start talking about ownership, because I've talked to plenty of people who talk to owners. I know a person that talks to ownership of a lot of these football teams. All they care about is the bottom dollar. They don't give a fuck about how many games they win. They really don't care. They care about their bottom dollar. Like, I'm sorry I'm telling you guys this. You probably find out about it, but really, that's all. It's a business to them. This is not about winning football games. It's how much money do the fans bring them? The further that,
Let
yes,
me.
granted, the further they get every year, the more the team's fans are involved, the more money they make. But I was so happy because my biggest thing was I didn't want Aaron to go deep into the playoffs. I don't want him to be like a Patrick or a TB, like a Tom Brady when he's later in his years and what Patrick's going to end up. I see Patrick regardless of this injury, and I've said it. We don't know what he's going to do when he comes back, but we've heard him talk about it. I could see
Mhm.
Patrick leaving Kansas City for his last year, which would be the shock of my entire life. It, Tom Brady would kind of say that, but right now I would never see him leaving. I would see him like starting and ending his career in Kansas City, like Josh will do in Buffalo. But I could see him leaving, going to another team, winning the fucking Super Bowl that very next year, and then retiring.
Yeah.
I can see
Well,
it.
I'll
Not
get in
Aaron.
a little bit of the Chiefs, but I do have a question for you guys. Is Mike Tomlin a Hall of Fame head coach?
I think
19
I would
years.
I would say yes. 19 years and 19 seasons of not a losing record is pretty remarkable. Now he
It's
only
enough.
has, I believe, one Super Bowl win, but he
Mm-hmm.
still has a Super Bowl win, and to go every
How
season. I
many?
mean, even if you were 9-8, you're still the fact that you can win more games, like have just a winning record every single season is I think very impressive. And then on top of that, I
Yeah.
think any coach once you, I mean, especially the way they're doing with coaches now. I mean, these coaches, they're giving them like a 2-year lease, and they're like,
Yeah.
you don't fucking do
Yeah.
something magical, you're cut. And then anymore, like I know this is all probably like a newer for the last 10 years thing, but to ball out for 19 years and,
Yeah.
always have a winning record, I personally think that's quite remarkable.
So I want to ask you guys this. I want you guys to just guess off the top of your head what Mike Tomlin, don't look this up. What do you think Mike Tomlin's playoff record is right now? If you could guess, go. Dave,
It's not
don't look it up,
great.
Jimmy.
I'm not looking
I'm
it
not.
up.
I would say it's like
You
4-12. Is that what it is?
Dude, I was gonna guess
It's like
something close.
close.
I was gonna guess 4. I was gonna guess 4-9. I don't think it's
8 and
great.
12. He's
8
8
and
and
12. Oh,
12 in
he's
his
won more games than
career as
I've.
a
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
they
Steelers
have made a
with
Super
one
Bowl
Super Bowl win.
twice.
So you guys were
They
there
have made a Super Bowl
with
twice.
a
Okay.
Super Bowl
Oh,
victory
4.
through the postseason. So he's 8 and 12 in his career with a Super Bowl victory.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls, right?
Um,
Then he lost to the Packers, and then they beat the Cardinals, right?
he's only been to Super Bowl 40. Was that 40?
Wait,
I have
really?
to look.
Get your Roman numerals on.
I got a fucking Roman numeral this. So
Yeah, he won against the Cardinals in 2009, and then 2 years later lost to the Packers.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers. That's Aaron Rodgers' Super Bowl win right there.
AFC Championship game won versus Green Bay or New York, and then went Green Bay 12-4. Okay. I was trying to look.
Been to
I
2.
was trying to look at this because I was on Reddit and I'm looking at it. I'm like, how they wrote that was stupid. But anyways, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Give him
It's
it.
tough.
I think. Look, to the only time he's only missed the playoffs twice, I think, in his whole 19 years.
Uh,
Let me look.
he's had to miss more than that because well, I don't know. 8 and 12. I'm gonna guess you're right. I
He's
don't know.
6 times. Mike Tomlin missed the playoffs 6 times in 19 years.
Yeah, I mean that's impressive. Yeah, I guess
That's
he
not
is,
bad.
but at the very least, he's the Hall of Very Good.
But
I
if you
do
look
want
at it,
to.
he's
Yeah,
never had a losing record.
no,
All
yeah,
of
it's
very
impressive.
good.
He's at the very least Hall of Very Good, but yeah, I'd say he's the Hall of Fame. I want to guess. So okay, so obviously, kind of the biggest news of the week outside of the playoffs is that Harbaugh's going to the Giants. I actually think the Giants are probably the best job that was open. Obviously, can't go back to
Yeah.
Baltimore, so not including that for him. I mean, I just think you've got Jackson Dart, who I think has got a lot of potential. They've got an outstanding defensive line. They've got a top 5 draft pick. They're under cap. I just think it's a fantastic spot for Harbaugh, and he's going to have the opportunity to really grow that franchise and in a division that's very turbulent. I'm not sure how the Eagles are going to do next year. It sounds like a lot of rumblings came out today that the Eagles are very unhappy with Jalen Hurts, and when you're a quarterback who doesn't complete passes, you don't typically tend to hold that job for very long. So I understand that.
But
Who
you've
knows
won
what
Super
Washington is
Bowls.
going to do next year? And
You won some
yeah, I mean,
Super
yeah,
Bowls, though.
he has, but he didn't. He did not play well this year at all. So, um, obviously, we still don't know what the rest of the vacancies are, and if the Packers are going to open up as well. So we've got 8 vacancies. So I can go through the vacancies, but do you guys have a spot that you think is the next best spot if you had to rank them?
For a
Or
coach,
yeah, for head coach, what
I
job
would
is
say
left?
the
You think is
last
good?
spot is Miami. The first spot would
Miami.
either be would be the
What?
last
Okay,
spot. The first spot I would
interesting.
probably say would either have to be, I don't even know if I could say Atlanta.
Would you say Baltimore?
Not
You got
if you're
Lamar
having,
Jackson. You got Derrick Henry.
I could see it. I mean, they just had a interview with Miami's old head coach in Baltimore.
What about the Bucks?
I could see the Bucks. I would
Being,
I would honestly probably have to say the Bucks, Baltimore, Atlanta, maybe.
what about Tennessee?
Okay. God dang it.
Got a
I forgot
got a
about
top draft
Tennessee.
pick. Cam Ward
Cam.
shows flashes.
Okay. Then I would go this: Bucks, Baltimore, Tennessee, Atlanta.
So I would say if I was a head coach trying to like make it my own, I'd probably go Tennessee. Just
Yeah.
younger and
I can see that.
build it the way that you want to build it. But I think for like an already established team that you think can make a good playoff run and do good with just the people that you got, the Bucks or Baltimore. I hate to say Baltimore. I don't know what I know they had a lot of injuries this year, but
Mm-hmm.
they do have a all right team, and they've been proven to you know play really good.
But
So, but I would
I think
probably
it's really
say the
interesting
Bucks or you go.
so
that
I have a question though for both of you guys that you could probably. So each of all of these teams that we're talking about fired their head coach, right? Mike Tomlin
yeah.
stepped down. John Harbaugh got fired. Mike McDaniel, Kevin Stefanski, John Cannon, Pete Carroll, Raheem Morris all got fired. All these teams are looking to pick up the new head coach, but it's a new ex-head coach. At what point do you feel you couldn't get it done with this team, John Harbaugh, that had a phenomenal, like phenomenal years? John Harbaugh is not a bad coach. Mike
No,
McDaniel,
he's not.
you had a really good team other than a quarterback that I feel like he may have got thrown into. Kevin Stefanski had one of the best defenses that has ever been put together, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris did decent things with Atlanta. What makes you think they're going to be great when they go to a different team? Without getting too deep into the weeds of what John Harbaugh can do, or Mike McDaniel, Kevin Stefanski can do, or Mike Tomlin can do,
I
what makes you think they're going to be great at another team?
I think it
Well,
would come
okay, so
down if you're the
yeah, yeah.
owner. I would look at coaching style, and maybe your coaching style doesn't match with what you currently had. Now, for certain coaches, like Harbaugh had been there for a minute, but like certain coaches that are getting cut loose that weren't the head coach for crazy long, that might just
Mm-hmm.
not be their coaching style. So you find a team that matches your scheme up a little bit better, and I think you'll thrive. So I think that's maybe what owners and stuff like that are looking at and GMs, but that's just me.
Dave, what do
Yeah,
you
I
think?
think it's an ownership mesh as well. I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, I think, say, like Stefanski, I think he's probably the next best head coach that's out there if Tomlin decides not to coach again. The Browns is just a miserable organization. I mean, they have been for all of their existence. I'm surprised you guys didn't say the Browns as one of the worst jobs. Or I'll tell you a team you all forgot, the Cardinals. I mean, that's a
Oh
terrible
yeah.
place to be as well.
Well,
You
I
don't know
I
who your
figured
quarterback is going to be. Yeah.
I figured
Yeah.
Miami because of I started looking at money. Tua
Hmm.
has the biggest. Granted, Buffalo gave up what was it? Nearly a $30 million dead cap on Stephon Diggs. What's an extra 20 million to get rid of Tua next year? It's gonna fucking happen. Tua will not throw another ball for Miami, in my opinion. I don't think he will.
Yeah.
The only reason I thought the Browns weren't the worst is because their defense is probably one of the best. Get an
Is it their
offensive.
defense is that good, or is it just Miles
It's
Garrett just
great. Well, no, I think I seriously think Cleveland's defense overall, even with Miles Garrett, it like still period is still one of the best. I feel like you get an offensive head coach, continue with what you have on defense and what you've been doing, you're going to be good. But look at the Raiders. Arizona is just a fucking dumpster fire, and
Mhm.
that's like a Miami thing. But what about Pete Carroll? After one season in the Raiders, I think the problem with there is because it's Las Vegas. You're not going to ever get consistency in Vegas. I just don't think that. Um, uh, Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. I have a couple thoughts. I don't know which one's the worst. I mean, I think the Cardinals are probably the worst, but you could sell me on just about any of them. And you could even sell me on the Steelers because the Steelers don't have a quarterback going forward. They don't have a good draft pick. They've
Ooh,
got
that's
cap space, but you
damn.
do
I didn't
have
think of
job
that.
security. You've got job security there, but they've got a lot. And they've got an aging defense. I think TJ Watt's probably past his prime a little bit. Cam Hayward's getting older. So you've got to
Mm.
rebuild quite a bit on that team. So I
Tomlin,
went to
Tomlin
yeah.
stepped down at the perfect time.
I I went on my threads and I get a lot of hate
Oh,
on threads. But I
Jesus.
did ask a
Dude.
question. I asked a question, I got a few responses. Someone asked me, because I said, "Hey, what's something that you feel like podcasts don't cover?" And they asked, "What is with Miami and do their ownership not care? Why don't they ever seem to be competitive? Why does it kind of feel like a joke of a team,
Have
basically?"
you ever been
And
to
I'm
Miami?
paraphrasing. Is it? And I actually had a theory, and I want to know what your guys' take is on this. Is that cities like Miami, and let's throw out Vegas. I know it's a new NFL city.
Have you ever
It
been
just
to
feels
those
like the
two?
city has so many distractions. I feel like if you're a
Yes.
player there and you have all that money, it's got to be really hard to focus on your job. Is that
Goes
it
back
with Miami? Is that why they've always been kind of a team?
goes back to my earlier statement that I was trying to talk about the whole thing. You got guys that had grown up in almost and I don't say it in a bad way, in a poverty. Like I wasn't, my family wasn't the richest in the world. Promise you. Like we shopped at fucking Walmart. Got lucky if we got like halfway decent close from Walmart. But you throw somebody like that grew up in a single household type family or didn't have a lot of money, and you throw them in Miami or Las Vegas. Have you? I would ask everybody in the threads, have you been to either of those two cities? Have you been to Miami, Florida, or Las Vegas, Nevada? If you have not, then I would tell you, go to that city and then you come back and then you can talk on that. Because I've been to both. I've been to Vegas, what, 2 or 3 times. I've been to Miami twice. Dude, it's the biggest distraction in the world.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's nonstop.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jimmy,
And when you have all that
didn't you guys
money,
fly out
whew,
of Miami a couple times? You and your ex-wife, didn't you guys like fly out of
Uh,
Miami a couple times or something?
no, like
I
we
know
went
I
through
could have
like
sworn you went to
Orlando.
Miami.
No, I
Okay,
went to Orlando a few
close
times.
enough.
That place is a shithole. um, but no, so the distractions thing though, me and Tom, we went to Buffalo for the Buffalo Chiefs game. If that's the case, Buffalo should win every fucking year because that town sucks dick. I like Buffalo as a team,
I agree.
but that town there
I
ain't
agree.
shit. Me and Tom went back. I'm talking straight up middle school, and the whole time we were there, if we weren't eating beef on weck or wings, we were walking around the mall like a couple fucking teenagers, and that was the highlight. Like that was what you could do there. So if you're talking
Dude,
distractions, that's why the Bills have been decent, but they should start winning it all because there's zero distractions up in there
I agree
other
with
than
you. I
snowball
have to
fights or
agree
some shit.
100%.
But
All right.
If you're not at a bar getting drunk watching the Bills play, you're going to Niagara Falls and like,
it's
it would
water.
be
Yeah.
so much cooler over there. Let's go to the mall and then back to the hotel because there's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
shit to do.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it
Bills
should be
fans,
Bills and
tell me
Packers every
what we
year,
can
huh?
do because I've been there twice. No, I've been there more than that. I
Uh,
went to every Bills training camp, but that was at a young age.
all right. So so we're this is gonna be a long podcast. Appreciate y'all keeping with us. Listen, from the Chiefs' perspective, this week's been relatively quiet. Patrick Mahomes had his press conference and basically just said, "Hey, like let's hopefully whoever the new offensive coordinator is loves football." So I'm just gonna prepare Chiefs fans. It's probably gonna be Eric Bieniemy. It just there's nobody tied to the offensive coordinator job right now. And with the Bears still in the playoffs, we probably won't hear any more rumblings. I'm not in love with it. It's not a new person. I understand it though. He's the one player that can keep players or one coach that can keep players accountable. And he will fight Andy Reid on certain things, and he'll bark back at players. So it might be what the Chiefs need. It's not exactly exciting or fun. Other than that, the Chiefs got rid of another position coach. They got rid of their running back coach. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but he was a wide receiver in the NFL. It didn't really make sense for him to be coaching the running back spot. So take that for what you will. The Chiefs had a miserable season. They were the lowest in 20+ yard rushes this season with 3. So anyway, I'm over talking about it. Let's just go on. Let's get on to the divisional round. This will be I think this. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn on if this is a good weekend of football or not. I want to just kind of go through the other games really quick, and then we can end with the Bills Broncos game, which might be the game of the weekend. Okay, so first game, let's just go with the 49ers Seahawks. 49ers are really banged up, but Seahawks quarterback just had an oblique injury. He'll be good to go, but this is, I think, the biggest spread coming in this game. It's 7 points. Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are probably going to win. I think they're the better team. They're not as banged up. It's a home game for them. The rest really
The 12th
matters. They still got
man.
JSN. They've got one of the best defenses left. It's hard for me to picture a world that the 49ers win. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts here? We can let me jot down some predictions while we're at it. What are you guys thinking for this game?
I feel the same. I think the people forget, especially me and you being Chiefs fans and being as we have the loudest stadium in the world. Number 2 is Seattle. And those guys get rowdy. That's why they call themselves 12th man. So I think the Seahawks are just a better team. And then now you lose a huge weapon in receiving / blocking with George Kittle going down. So unless Christian McCaffrey does some 24-year-old Christian McCaffrey stuff, I don't see how the 49ers win that game. And I would honestly say it's going to be more of a blowout than what probably a lot of argument. Do you want my prediction now, or you want me to do it later?
Yeah, man, let's do it. Let's do it. No, let's get into
I would give the Seahawks I'm thinking 28-10 victory over the 49ers.
Okay. You think it's going to be a spanking, belt to ass, as the kids say.
Yeah.
All right. Tom, what do you think?
Look, I kind of want to echo what Jimmy is saying. I think with George Kittle going down, all the injuries, I want to give San Francisco all the props. What you've been able to do thus far has been phenomenal. I want to stay. I so badly want to stay on this bandwagon of San Francisco and say it doesn't matter how many people you hurt. We talked to a witch doctor. We're just going to win. I don't know what that is, what that looks like. Something is there with San Francisco. I want to give it, but I have to give I have to give it to Seahawks 7.5. I think the spread at 7.5 is where it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a complete dog shit fight. I do think it's going to be on, like Jimmy was saying, Christian McCaffrey having game of his life. I think if he goes 180 or higher, which is insane, which is feasible against the Seahawks, but they know that's what you're going to do. If you can come out and say, we're just going to pass, and somehow figure out a pass game for the first quarter, you'll win. But I got Seattle by 7.5. I have to. I think the sports books have it at 7. But I'm 7.5. But baby,
Yeah.
I know the one.
Oh,
Huh?
wow.
My wife's with it with me. I have to be real on the podcast. I want San Francisco so bad, and as soon as I said, she goes lame because I hate Seattle.
So Seattle's defense, though,
I
is not
hate Seattle.
bad because when they
No,
played
they're
the
not.
49ers just 2 weeks ago, they held Christian McCaffrey to 8 attempts, 23 yards.
Yeah.
Is all he got.
And the playoffs are different, right? We've seen it.
Well, yeah,
Playoff
it's a whole different
game
ball
is
game.
different. Less,
But Seattle's got this little
but
fella named
still,
Jackson Smith and Jigba. And
Jigba, yeah,
how the fuck you say his name?
is a
Dude's a
dog.
stud. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
He-
but
that'll
I do have to. I hate it. I think I'm with everybody other than Jimmy because his son's a Seattle fan.
for some reason. We don't
I,
know why.
yeah, I want San Francisco there, but with all of the injuries, guys, you did what other teams in the NFL could never do. Not another team in the NFL could do it. Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, nobody could do that. We've seen it. People said at the beginning of the year, oh, it's because Kansas City doesn't have this player or this player because of this. And look what they did, right? Uh, Baltimore was supposed to be the greatest team to go to the Super Bowl this year and be able to beat Kansas City. And look what they did. The problem is it's not Kansas City or Baltimore or Buffalo or any of the other teams. It's the fact that all these other teams have had so much time to build to beat us because we haven't been focused on them. But I still have to go with Seattle. I can't see San Francisco going into Seattle and beating them with what they have. I
Uh,
want to. God dang, I want to.
if
Over
they
under is
do, and
45. 45
if
and a
they
half,
do, I mean, I'm
I
gonna
think
go
is
there
a
if I ever get sick or injured or anything. I'm gonna go straight to San Francisco and see that witch doctor because I don't
no
know what the fuck
shit.
they're doing to people out there because there's something going on. It is
Go out
impressive
and
that you
talk to
can
just
lose like
talk to
half your team
Jay-Z
and
and
still
his
win.
wife.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dave,
It's
what do you
insane.
got
But
on it? You with us?
no, I mean, yeah, no, I don't see a world where. I think this is the game that has the largest spread, and I think it's for a reason. I can't picture will the 49ers win. I mean, obviously, can something surprise me? Sam Darnold would have to play really poorly, I think, but the Seahawks have shown up with that defense. And again, sometimes it just is what it is with the injuries, and it's too much to overcome sometimes. And I don't want to say Kittle's the straw that broke the camel's back, but um, that's a tough one to overcome. Um, so I think we're all on the same page here. Seahawks move on.
Yep.
Let's stick with the NFC. Let's go to the Sunday night game, Rams Bears. This one is really interesting to me. I think on paper the Rams are the better team.
4.5, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know, guys. What are you thinking?
Well, I know that my sister, your wife, is a big Bears fan,
Mm,
so she's probably standing next to you right now, just like say some bad shit about the Bears, cuz.
Hey,
Um,
say it
I
one time.
the Rams keep finding ways to win, and no one seems to
yeah.
understand. Like it's like Puka goes out there, and they're like, I don't even know why the Water Boy's out here, and then he fucking catches 30 passes for 150 yards on them, and so I don't know. That one will be interesting. I would say the Rams are going to take that one. At least I hope, just because
Yeah.
I can't stand Caleb Williams still. So, I do know that game, the wild card game was. I watched that whole thing and I was blown away. That was fun to watch, but I uh I'm thinking the Rams though. I don't know
Okay.
what score
Rams.
yet.
Tom, what do you got?
Yeah. I look. I'm with Jimmy on this. And
Shocking.
it's more of well, and here's why. And I've said this all season. You can look back at all the pods. I hate Caleb for how he tried to come into the NFL. And this is more of is it true or is it not? Right? Did he come in and I get it, it's illegal. It's not something that's really gonna happen. Him saying whoever ends up drafting me, I want a percentage of the team, or I want to end up having a percentage of the team because I'm gonna end up with them. That's not how this works, my guy. Like to me, this is like how Colin told us Spencer Rattler was. You're a piece of shit, a bad human when it comes to college and how you treat your fans, how you treat people. I've watched plenty of videos, and everybody tells me like if we go into basketball and we say who's the best, is it LeBron or Jordan? Jordan, hands down. I've watched too many videos of LeBron telling fucking fans to get the fuck away from him and stop. Like literally almost putting hands on physical videos that are not AI before AI was a thing. I've seen these things. So when you want to have a battle when things come, if you're going to be that big of a piece of shit when you're coming into the NFL and you're unproven, great, cool. College is great, but you're less than the 1% when you come into the NFL. You're doing great right now. I get it. I love watching Chicago play. I love watching Jordan Love end up playing. I love watching the Rams play. Like a lot of these young players, and Grand Rams a little bit older, right? But when you start watching Drake May and you start watching the Bears and you start watching Denver play, it's fun to watch. I still have to go with the Rams on this. I don't think
Yeah.
I think the Rams are favored, I think 4.5 right now,
They
and
are.
they've been favored going into Chicago. I just I agree with Jimmy. Whoever this witch doctor is, either for San Francisco or Los Angeles, that's got them playing on a string that's just a single string playing the best chords you've ever heard. I still have to go Los Angeles. I have to go with the Rams. I think the Rams are going to win by at least a field goal. At least
Wow.
I would personally, and I don't gamble, I would say the Rams will at least win by a field goal or more.
Okay, so you think the Bears are going to cover the spread? I'll tell you what, guys.
Yeah, I think they'll cover. I think they'll.
Oh, here we
Okay.
go.
Here we
All right,
go. Listen,
tell us
when
why
you
the Bears are
hear
going to win, so your wife doesn't make
when
you
you
sleep on the
hear
couch.
a quarterback say, "I'm going to wear a scuba suit to the game because it's going to be one of the coldest games of the year. It's going to be sub 20 degrees, wind gusts of 20, 30 miles an hour with snow. And Matt Stafford has not traditionally played the best in cold weather. I think he's like 1-8 in games like this. Obviously, it is the playoffs, and I can't I can't find a way to say that Caleb Williams is better than Matt Stafford because it's not true. I think the Rams have the better lineup. That's true. But I think that Ben Johnson is doing something special with the Bears, and I think he's going to have this team up and ready. So, my best bet of the weekend, to be honest, is that this game stays under 48.5 points with the weather. And I think the Bears have a solid chance to win. So, give me the Bears and the upset of the weekend. I think Caleb Williams
He's
is
not sleeping
special.
on the couch.
So, hey, no, Chris is nowhere near me. So, listen,
I feel like
I
all of his Chiefs gear, the reason he's not wearing it right now is because he's slowly converting to Chicago.
what are you talking about, bro?
He
What
did this
is
on
this?
purpose.
What is this? What is this right here?
I
Oh.
told
Is
you.
this a Bears
He
hoodie?
is slowly
I want the
converting to
Bears.
Chicago, bro. Put it on.
Well, hey,
Don't even just put it
also,
on.
I'm not gonna put it on. But also, man, I
You a
mean,
liar.
listen, Luther Burden is the truth. Let's go Tigers. Let's go
Jesus.
MIs, baby.
Just
I
put
love me some
Chicago
Luther
stuff
Burden.
on. The biggest bandwagon. The
So
biggest
I think the Bears are gonna win.
bandwagon.
I am not a bandwagon fan, but I've always liked Chicago.
He's just
Because
married.
of your wife. Move on. Move on to Houston.
Let's go to the Texans and Patriots in what I think could be the worst game of the weekend. I'm actually not really. I'm not in love with this quarterback matchup. I think Drake May had a phenomenal year, but then I look back at their schedule and they beat the Bills once, and who else did they beat? Really nobody.
And they lost
And they also lost to the Bills. So
at their home.
let's just go with this. Jimmy, what are your thoughts? I want to hear from you first while I kind of try to articulate my feelings here.
So I think this will actually be a decent game, as much as Steve will disagree with me.
Okay.
I think that in the end,
I mean, I want to hear it.
I personally think the Patriots are going to somehow pull one out. I wouldn't mind seeing Houston win, but it really depends on what CJ Stroud shows up. Because CJ Stroud has showed up to some games and has been a baller. His defense, they're killers. But I think it comes down to how he plays. And if he's doing solid, they're going to own that whole game. And if he comes out flat and makes little stupid mistakes here and there, that the Patriots are going to capitalize on. So this one's kind of a coin flip for me, but I would still give it to the Patriots. They're favored by 3, but I feel comfortable saying Patriots by 3. I would rather it be the Texans, but I think just me personally, the Patriots are going to find a way to edge this one out, which this game I don't really give a fuck about. None of them I really give a fuck about because the Chiefs are there.
Yeah,
what about you, Tom?
Fair. What do you got?
Do we have?
Oh,
to
we
really
already know
talk
he's going to
about
pick the Texans. We already know.
Well, listen. Let's let's look at it like this. Okay. Let's look at it as and I try to be the closest to what I feel it's gonna actually end up as, right? Like and I've said this since the beginning of the podcast, week to week. I look at the reality of things. I really want certain teams to win. I'll sit here and believe a certain team's going to win, but I'm going to look at the reality for the podcast because I want to keep it true. Do I think the Texans have what it takes to beat the Patriots? The wife says no. She's already against me. I'm kidding. But I need to say, defense-wise, I don't think there's a team in the NFL that can stack up against the Texans, hands down. I mean, what they have going on, coaching-wise, and how that defense plays is just fucking insane. Like it's phenomenal. And I want to say this because I didn't watch it, but I was like, oh, da-da-da, and I was trying to like talk all this shit. Like I knew what the fuck was going on. Which let me just tell you guys for the podcast, I didn't know what the fuck was going on because I didn't watch this fucking I didn't watch this game at all. Not at all. Did not
Let
even
me give
watch
you
this
my
shit.
opinion and then invalidate it really quick. No, kidding.
Dave's like sitting over here like fucking, oh yeah, the worst he's ever fucking played. The defense carried them to this fucking win. And I'm like, whatever. And I look it up and I'm like, hey, I'm eating those fucking words. I will say this. If the same game happens, because I went back and watched, if the same game happens where the Texans, if it's dependent upon Texas and their defense and they hold the Patriots to a very low score through most of this game, Texans are gonna fucking kill them. They're gonna figure out a way. Like they're going to murder this Patriots team. It takes one or two injuries on the Patriots offensive line to end it. Do I want that to happen? No, because I want Buffalo to end up seeing the Patriots in fucking Foxborough so we can fucking end this thing and look at fucking old bitch boy over there, Stephon Diggs, and do this and say, go fuck yourself and your fucking brother. You ain't worth shit. You left because I still feel Bills Mafia and everybody else that he left for a fucking reason. Was it because of Buffalo? Maybe. Was it because of him? Maybe. I don't know. But I want to look at him and just sit here like this and be like, you fucking left because you're a fucking piece of shit. You'd rather do whatever the fuck you're doing
It's
on your
that
boat
it's
and
that
watching
meme
your
of
wife go
Stephon
fuck everybody
Diggs.
else. I don't care what it is. Go fuck. Like that's what I want. Like because
Okay.
if you want, like I won't like if we were to record me live watching the Bills game, we'd get canceled so quick within
Yeah.
5 minutes. Canceled. If you spoke like I did, because I know, Dave, how much you really care about the Chiefs playing and what you post, if you post and say this out loud, we would get canceled like that within 5 minutes of Chiefs win. If the Chiefs are losing, that's what I want. I want the Patriots. As a Bills fan, I want the Patriots to lose. I have to go with the Texans. I have to. I have to go with the
Picking the
Texans.
Texans.
I'm going to take the Texans. And let's do this. Let's go. What is this? 3? I'll take it. I'll take the spread. I think the Texans cover the spread.
I yeah,
Say
I went back and forth on this one, and I think we're not. I mean, Nico Collins being out is massive.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He is.
Still.
Hold on. He's probably a top 10 wide receiver. They got him, and I don't know if you guys saw this real quick. First thing, is it First Take? and and Stephen A. Smith is talking about the
Oh,
Jet or the
yes.
Texans. He's like, Charlie Kirk had 8 receptions and 128 yards. Somebody said Christian. He's like Christian Kirk, and he goes, "Oh Lord, oh God, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
It was one of the funniest moments. All
I
the
thought
edits
they
of
were going to
Charlie
end up
Kirk catching the
firing him
pass
because
was
of that shit.
hilarious. It was
I
hilarious.
seriously, I think he's gonna. I think there's gonna something's gonna end up happening. Like
I don't know.
how he said it. If you watch the video,
It's hilarious.
but I don't like to get in politics, but
I
it was funny.
so yeah. Listen, I think if CJ Stroud just is a game manager, doesn't turn the ball over, I think the Texans are the better team. I think Woody Marks is a competent running back, and I think they've got solid pieces around them. I think they have enough, and if they can get pressure on Drake May, I think it'll be a long game for the Patriots. I think it's a coin flip. I've got to go with the Texans, and then that takes us to our final matchup. The game that Tom is looking forward to the most happens to be the first game. Which, how do you
No,
feel
I
about
haven't
that, by
been
the way?
looking this. Look here. Look, I'm not
Wait. Let
looking
me ask you
forward
real
to
quick.
this.
Are you happy your team is playing first? Or are you sad about that?
I'm happy so I
Because
can
then if your
spend
team
the.
loses, you could just like go about your life,
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah. Here's why I'm happy we're playing at 3:30 because then I can spend the rest of the night getting like if we end up fucking botching this shit in the Mile High. I have to say this first because this has been a big topic for a lot of people, and I've kind of brought it up on social medias a lot, and spoke to a lot of other streamers or podcasters alike. I feel like what the NFL has done scheduling wise has been the worst they could do in history. Great.
Whoa.
Yes, I'm a Bills fan.
History.
Whatever. You're playing the fucking Patriots had a fucking week off and get to play on Sunday. Get an extra day. The Bills just played last week and have to play on fucking Saturday. I get it. Whatever. Yeah. Win. A lot of guys were like, yeah, win more games. I get that. But let's make this shit fucking fair. The fact that we got the fucking Rams, Bears, Texans, and Patriots all playing on Sunday, but the Niners and the Bills have to go play two rested fucking teams 6 days from the last time they just played a game. Make it fair.
How the
And
cookie
I've
crumbles.
never been like the whole and I'll say this. How the OT thing happened, get the fuck over it, Bills fans. I'm sorry. The rules are rules. Don't fucking try to change shit because you lost. Be better. And I want to be like that, but I want to look at it. I look at it like this.
I don't know. I
You
kind of look
have
forward
the
to what rules the Bills are going to change.
you have the AFC and NFC team, the number one AFC team and the number one NFC team playing on Saturday first. The teams that already fucking all of them, the Texans, the Patriots, the Rams, the Bears, all played on like last week, playing on Sunday.
Well, yeah, it takes play on Monday, but yeah.
Yeah, Monday. Make it make sense to me. I don't feel like it's fair, but I will say this: Buffalo's 1.5 point underdog going into Denver. We've seen what Buffalo has done to Denver. I feel like Denver's more of that Patriots team. However, they're not a divisional team. Divisional teams are harder to beat. If you don't agree with me, whatever. Don't care. But it's true. Statistically has been proven it's harder to beat a divisional team when you play them in a regular season and or postseason, theoretically, than it is to beat a non-divisional team. Buffalo did the business with the Broncos. Both sides, whether they're coming to Buffalo or going to Mile High. I feel like giving Buffalo a 1.5 point underdog, great, because Buffalo has only proved themselves one time in a road game in the playoffs. This is the last week playing the Jaguars was the first postseason game Buffalo has won on the road since 1992. So we're not 100% proven. We won one. Great. We're not proven to win when we're on the road. Couple that with a short week. Couple that with 18 IR injuries from the beginning. Whatever. It happens. Everybody's hurt. But if I was to ask anyone in the chat or you guys, if you were to tell me who is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, still in the playoffs, who is that guy?
Matt Stafford.
You're a fucking liar. Anyways,
I mean, Josh Allen,
truthfully,
obviously,
right?
but yeah.
And Bo Nix, and what they barely did again, divisional team playing against Kansas City. I get it.
Yeah.
They play them 100 times. You play Buffalo once or twice, whatever. Doesn't matter. I feel like, all right, so we got Curtis Samuel coming back. All right. The two biggest players coming back, Bills fans, Curtis Samuel and Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, when he played the first 2 weeks of the year before he tore his bicep and went out, and then had the very small knee surgery. Guys, I want you to understand the knee surgery he had is a 2-week turnaround. It was a very small scope to clean things up. NFL players do this all year long. It happens all year long to clean up stuff in the knee, to not make bigger injuries. Look it up. It's not hard. You can look this shit up all day. Curtis Samuel destroyed Denver last time he played. Was phenomenal. Best wide receiver Buffalo had. Ed Oliver, the best run stopper Buffalo has. Unfortunately, got hurt with a bicep tear. Had a little bit of knee surgery 4 weeks ago. But what he's saying is, he was saying, I am the freshest pair of legs and still feel and can do more than what these guys are doing, and I got a fresh pair of legs. Him saying that. Now, is that football talk for him trying to mentally get himself? Whatever it is he going to be the showstopper? I don't know. But I will say Curtis Samuel and Oliver are full participants, and they are going to play Sunday, or tomorrow, Saturday. Dalton Kincaid is a go. Brandon Cooks has been playing phenomenal. McCole Hardman's coming back. He did play very well. Yes, granted. Is he still the McCole Hardman that won the Super Bowl thing? I don't know. I said it earlier in the podcast, what I seen on his X or his whatever. And I said something back to him about best abilities, availability, and doing what you got to do. Do your 1/11th while you're there. It's going to be great to see him. But Brandon Cooks, do not get it wrong. What Brandon Cooks and one of his buddies, this was the weird thing. One of his buddies, the week that he didn't do anything and Bills fans were knocking Brandon Cooks for what he was doing, said, oh, he's shit. This is another Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott fucking fail. And all this guy said is Cooks will cook, like not Cooks will cook, but Cooks will earn his money at Buffalo. He's got a lot to show. Just watch next week. And that week and since on from that week, this dude has been the best wide receiver besides fucking throwing 158,000 passes to fucking Khalil Shakir to get 15 yards. But Dalton Kincaid's healthy. That's a very healthy Dalton Kincaid is like watching. I can't say. I need you both to understand the way I'm about to say this, and it's not that he is
He's about to compare him to
this
Travis
player,
Kelce.
but he can play at this. When he is very healthy and the way he is used in Buffalo's offense, he plays like Travis. He's not. Let's get this completely centered. He is not Travis Kelce. He plays as good as Travis Kelce. You can fucking sit there with your hand and laugh all you want. Don't care. But he does. And you see it. Everybody sees it. Go look at it. Laugh all both of you can. Sniff that and you can sit behind your hand and laugh. But if you sit and look at it, you do it all year. You've done it all year.
I was sniffing my
It's
boom
cool.
boom stick.
But if you look, I know. I know where you guys are. I'm not stupid. I watched you all year.
What are we doing?
But I'm saying,
why are you getting defensive?
But what I'm saying is, when you get a healthy Dalton Kincaid, a 100% healthy, ready to rock and roll, he can play at the level. He is not, and I keep saying it, he's not Travis Kelce. Like, that's a once in a millennium type fucking tight end. You're not gonna just get that over there. He can play at that level. Is he going to? Probably not. He's not going to play at 100% at that. But when you look at a healthy Dalton Kincaid playing for Buffalo, look at his stats, and I've looked him up, and I could go look it back up. He plays at that level. He plays at the level as a top 5 tight end, top 3 tight end in the NFL. With Travis Kelce, like out of his prime this year. Travis is one of the best still this year, the best tight end still. One of the best when it comes to overall stats. We're looking at stats. Let's not look at rings. Let's not look at fucking playoff wins. We're not looking at Super Bowls. We're looking at stats when he's healthy. Now, I say this, and the reason I say he's not and can't be a Travis Kelce is because you got to look at the best ability is availability. And he's not available like Travis has been available. Travis, like, when was the last time Travis Kelce missed a game? 1992? When his brother hurt him in the fucking front yard and he couldn't play the next day when they wanted to go outside and fucking hit each other? Please tell me the last time Travis Kelce did not play a
I
fucking
feel like
football
he
game.
missed a game last year, but I could totally be wrong. I feel like he had an injury last year.
Yeah, to do what?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
hey,
know.
we're just gonna sit you because we're gonna fucking win this game because we're playing the fucking Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, he set the last game of the season last year.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it was. He set the very
that
last
was
game of
it.
the season because he was pretty close to getting that 1,000-yard mark, or maybe he something like that. I don't know. There was something along those
Yeah,
lines.
so
I don't know.
that's why I'm saying it like that. But Buffalo being a 1.5 point underdog, I'm good with it. You're going into the Mile High. Denver knows how to end games. I don't know if it's because of luck. I don't know if it's because their defense just shows up. Patrick Surtain just likes to show up at the end of the game and do what Buffalo did to the Jaguars and get a pick. But you have to realize that you have the best playoff quarterback to ever play in the NFL minus Super Bowl wins. And this is another thing that I want. So I looked this up. If you look up the amount of games Josh Allen has played and the amount of games that Patrick Mahomes has played, you realize they're within like 7 games of each other. So, and I say this because you always said, well, Patrick's played like 3 more seasons than anybody else. You realize that Josh Allen, most of the time he's ever played in the NFL, he's only not played 1 game, maybe 2 games compared to Patrick. Most of the time it's 1 because he didn't get to the Super Bowl. It's the AFC Championship game where he loses.
Josh Allen also started his rookie season, and Patrick Mahomes didn't.
Yeah. Guaranteed yes, because of each team and where they were. And say what you want, but look at how many games each of them have played in the playoffs. Because you said this, well, Kansas City lost, and we're doing this because they're just so tired because they've played like 3 more seasons than everybody else. That's fucking false. And I looked it up, and I didn't say anything a lot for it. And you do that a lot. It's fine. Do you?
What?
Over there?
Wait. They have played more games. I mean, dude, they've been in 5 Super Bowls the last 6 years.
The Super Bowl.
They played in 5 Super Bowls the last 6 years.
Yes.
Why are you getting upset
5
with
games.
me? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, no. What I'm saying is, when we look at it, and I bring this up,
okay, but okay, hold on. Why are we talking about Patrick Mahomes?
Hang on.
Why are we talking about? Stop. Why do you keep bringing the Chiefs into this when we're talking about previewing the Bills and Broncos game?
Because I'm talking about Josh Allen in his playoffs. How Josh Allen
We've already established that Josh Allen's the best quarterback of all time. Why are we bringing up Patrick Mahomes? We talked about that earlier in the podcast.
What I'm saying is, what I want to bring up with what I'm saying is because I haven't brought this up in any of the podcasts. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's the.
We're just getting it all out in this show. Tell us how you really feel, Tom.
Well, I will. That's fine. I don't care. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm going back to all the podcasts because we only have a few more before we end, and we just talk bullshit and fuck with. You've said this plenty of times in podcasts. Well, Kansas City lost, but you got to look at it like this: like Patrick and Kansas City's played 2 more seasons than any
won't
other
even-
team in the
I'll have to
NFL.
go back and look. I think it's an extra
Go look at it.
season
You've
worth of
said
games.
that. I could.
No,
fucking
it's
It is
it's
like an
been
extra
five.
season worth of games.
Yeah, they played an extra
It's an
season worth
extra
of
season.
games.
5 games is an extra season over Josh
5 games.
Allen or anybody else.
5 games in the
You said
last
they've been to the Super Bowl 5 times.
6 years
6 years.
or 7 years that they've made the
Is
playoffs.
a
They've been to
whole
5
2
Super
seasons.
Bowls in the last 6 years.
So you're saying that's where why Kansas City lost? You brought this
That's
up
not
this year.
okay, but
Not
okay,
me.
but
You know,
hold
don't
on,
even fucking
hold
say
on,
that.
hold on, hold
No,
on.
no, 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 no,
Wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no.
wait.
You brought
You
this
can't
up this
act
year
like
that
that
Kansas City
doesn't
lost
have-
because of that.
What is happening right now?
You brought that.
You,
But
like,
anyways,
you can't act
back
like
to
it
Buffalo.
doesn't
We'll
have
just
an
go back.
impact on the team.
No. You had like, okay, great. You play 1 more game, 2 more games. Like you've played 8 games more than Josh Allen,
Mhm.
but Josh Allen's going to more playoffs than fucking Patrick. Whatever. Don't care. Moving on.
Mhm. Mhm.
I feel that Denver playing Kansas City and their third stringers and barely winning, and then going to Buffalo being a 1.5 point favorite is fair. And here's why. Because when you look at a team playing in division, it's harder to win. It is way harder to win in division than it is out of division. I don't feel that the Denver offense is good enough to beat the Bills defense. But the Denver defense can slow down Buffalo's offense, but I don't think they can slow them down enough. So I have Buffalo 3.5 in Denver. Easy. I think that's where I think it started at Buffalo at 1.5. I would have to look. I don't remember what the spread started, but I think Buffalo was like nearly 3.5 when it first started. Is what it started at. So when we look at that, we have to look at I don't think Denver has like how many hasn't Denver won most of their games, 7 of their games has been decided by 3 points or less this whole entire year.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
I'm wrong,
quite a
but I
few.
think it was.
No, it's a lot of games. That's really close.
And if you look at it, they're not a Kansas City that won last year all of their close games by 3, like a point or less. They're not that. You're not that team. You're not even close to what that team was with Bo Nix. Not right now. 2 years from now, in a Drake mate, maybe next year with Bo Nix in a half decent team. Then yes, maybe I can have that conversation. But I have to go with Buffalo 3.5 on this. But I had to bring up all of the Kansas City
Okay.
mumbo jumbo because I've talked to a lot of people about it, and I'm like, look, I'll just bring it up just for fucks, just to get a stir for people.
No, I'm glad you did. Now listen, when we talk about the extra games for the Chiefs, I'm not comparing it exactly to Buffalo. So it's to the league. It's hey, they've played these extra games versus the league. Now you want to talk about playoff wins? Yeah, Josh Allen is 8-6 across 14 games, but Patrick Mahomes is 17-4 for 21 playoff games. So I'm just saying, if we want to bring up numbers, we can bring up numbers. But Mahomes has played 21 games to Josh Allen's 14. So that's 7 games in the extra season. Listen, we don't have to dive into it. I wasn't even going to bring up the Chiefs. I know that
That's
was
not
kind
a
of
full season. That's not a full season where you guys are from.
It's not. Dude, the whole time that we talked about this, it wasn't like, well, we're going to relate this to the Bills. And no,
what you said in the podcast was that Patrick Mahomes have played a season more than almost every team, like than any team in the NFL.
Well, yeah. that makes sense to me. Over the past,
but at the beginning of the year, and here's why I brought this up, and the only reason I wanted to bring this up
Okay.
with this podcast.
Why are we
At the
going
beginning
back
of the
to
season,
this?
go look at the podcast.
Oh my god!
Because I need to show where you guys were like, well, we don't have all our wide receivers. They're hurt.
Neither of us
this
talk
and
like that.
And once we get them all back, watch what we're going to do and watch what the fuck you guys did. You had a losing fucking
this
season.
is why I can't root for the Bills.
Good, don't root for them.
Because I'm not
Go
going
root for
to.
the fucking. Go put the Bears fucking
No.
hoodie back on, pussy.
What
don't
are
care.
we doing?
God. Okay.
I'm
All
just
right.
We were
saying.
talking-
You had a
I
losing
don't understand.
fucking season.
I don't understand. Tom is
We were
talking
talking
mad
predictions.
shit for no reason right
Time
now. I
out.
love
we were
it.
talking. We were talking predictions for Bills Broncos.
It's
Why the
great.
fuck are we talking about the Chiefs?
I know.
I don't.
Because
Tom wanted to talk
I'll tell you
about
guys why.
it.
I'm sorry. I'll tell you guys why.
Oh my god!
I wanted to get a ruse for no reason. It's all I wanted to do
you
is
got
get you
it.
guys
Now
blood
let's get
pressure
back into
going. That was it.
predictions so we can fucking wrap this shit up for
This
the
whole
day.
I don't
thing
feel
was just
okay.
for me to
I
get
just
your
trying to
blood
get this
pressure
over with.
going.
Listen,
Sorry,
I'll
I just
get
wanted to get
mine
your
out
blood
of the
pressure
way.
going.
Okay, that's great. Awesome. I'm
That's
so
all.
happy that we did that. Listen, I don't
Oh
feel
my
great
God.
about it. The Bills are going to win. They're the better team. They're Josh Allen's the better quarterback. I don't think. Listen, this game sucks for Chiefs fans. We don't like either fan base or either team or either quarterback. But sorry to say for Josh Allen's wife, who was a Broncos fan, but I think the Bills are going to win. So I got the Bills.
I think she's the problem.
I
Just saying.
would also
The
agree. I
fucking
think the
haters.
Bills will win this one. I think Denver has a really good, defense, but Josh Allen usually finds a way to win. I think it would be a big shocker if the Broncos were to win, but I'll take the Bills for the game numero uno.
I had to get the plus. I had to get the blood pressure going. That's all I wanted to do. That's why I started with the Bills, gave my prediction. I was like, but I want to talk about it because I wanted to get your blood pressure up. I'm sorry.
Well,
I
it
shouldn't
made
have
no
done
sense.
That was rude.
No,
Now people are going to think we're all dysfunctional.
I just
They're going to know.
We're
I
not
think-
dysfunctional. I just wanted to be funny. I
I know
watched
it's
the
good.
Bills, and the reason I said that was because I and this is just me and could be my autism wanting to do that. I watched the Bills podcast where they had a bunch of Jets fans, Miami Dolphins fans, Chiefs fans, other teams that are out, and they were talking all this shit. And this dude literally fucking ripped into him like, tell me when Josh Allen had a losing season going to Josh Allen's been to the playoffs every year he's been there, minus his first year, right? And I think year 2, I think he did. I remember they started talking this shit. So all I thought was, I'm going to stir the pot. I'm going to give him my prediction and then just stir the pot real fast to just see what I can get out of them by talking so much shit on the Chiefs, just to do it real quick, just to see what I could get. I shouldn't have done. I should have said it before. But if I would have said it before podcast, I wouldn't have got the authentic get to fuck with you two and see what you guys
didn't fuck with me. You and Dave were going at it. I was just sitting here. You guys were.
I wanted the most authentic thing in the world. So that's why I'm like, no, fuck you, no, shut up and listen to me. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, this is great. It's going the way I wanted it to. I want to just be an asshole for no reason, just because we have not that many podcasts for this year left. Be an asshole. You weren't all year. Just be an asshole and see what they say. And I talked to a couple people. I was playing Arc Raiders and everything else, and I was like, on my podcast, should I talk these people are real big Chiefs fans, and I'm a Bills fan. Should I at the end, because we're going to talk about the Bills game at the end. I know we are in the Denver game. Should I talk shit and stir the pot? And they're like, fucking do it. And I'm like, I'm going to do it.
Stupid.
So I shouldn't have, but I love you guys anyways.
Oh, we have
That's why I did it.
It's fun.
Just
Just
but I
wild.
still love you.
All right.
Wild
All right, Tom,
behavior.
It
send
was
us
funny.
out.
It was great.
Send us out, Tom.
Out. Going topside. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I love you guys. I had to do that. It like the guys that are watching, that end up watching this, that told me to do it, that said they were going to, that ended up liking and subscribing. I did it for you. I shouldn't have, but I did.
It doesn't
But
bother
hey,
me.
look, huge shout out. That's it. Look, huge shout out to our new subscribers, followers, of course, all the OGs who have been riding with us from the start. Thank you for watching another episode of Tables and Tailgates. Guys, we're having fun. We love each other at the end of the day. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you for that. We love you guys for that. And you know, the best way to support the show, hit that follow button, smash that like button, subscribe, share it with your crew, and ring the bell so you never miss when new content drops. New episodes are going to drop every Wednesday or whenever we can get this podcast out. Just be looking out for it because it ends up coming out, and it's always fun. I love having a good time with these guys and fucking around with them here and there. But look, we're going to see you guys regardless. I really want to see you guys for the AFC Championship game, regardless if Buffalo gets to make it to see the Patriots or the Texans, or if it's going to be Denver and the Texans or the Patriots. Whoever it's going to be, I really want to see you guys there. It's going to be fun. That's going to do it for us. And as always, from Orchard Park to Arrowhead, thanks for joining us on Tables and Tailgates. And until next week, keep smashing tables, keep tailgating, and keep loving football.